Good morning, students. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
How many total students are there in the class? I mean, what is your total strength? Not in this class, but overall.
40.
40. And 26 only have joined the Google Classroom. Ask others also to join. Okay. 26 students have so far joined this class, this Google Classroom. Anyway, shall I start now? Hello. Okay, fine. Now, actually, I'll do one thing. Um, the portion which Sir has taught, that is Farhan Sir, was traditional teaching. That is either speaking or giving a PowerPoint to read and just having one-to-one, like it was not interactive lecture. But what I am going to do is make it interactive. That is, I'll ask questions from you and you can ask questions from me also. That way it will be interactive. Moreover, I'll give a feedback form to you all to compare the traditional teaching with the interactive teaching. That is, which one do you like more? So it is mandatory for you all to fill that feedback form. I'll give the timeline, and after the class, I'll share the feedback form in the Google Classroom as well as in the WhatsApp group, so that you can give me the feedback. Which one do you like more? Okay, and which one we should continue? Right? Is it okay? Okay, so I'm sharing the screen. You all have to tell me whether it is visible or not, and then I'll go ahead. I've already shared this presentation in the Google Classroom. If anyone misses out, he can always visit that page and revise. So today we are going to talk about development of face. Actually, this presentation is overall development of face, nose and palate, but I'm just talking about face today, or we'll cover up to the nose, but palate I'll discuss separately, because you people don't have many topics as in systemic embryology. You have face, nose and palate along with the pharyngeal arches, which has already been discussed by Dr. Farhan Karmani, and development of tooth. That is your systemic embryology course. So it is not much. We will go slow so that each one of you is able to clearly grasp the topic. So as I've already told you, I've shared the meeting link, and I am Farah Ghaus, professor in the Department of Anatomy, and I'll be teaching you systemic embryology. So face has already been taught to you, face, nose and palate, but in a traditional manner. Now I'll take up face, nose and palate again. That will be a revision, of course, for you people. But whatever you have not understood, you can ask me again, either on my WhatsApp number or my Gmail ID or in the Google Classroom, anywhere you find it comfortable. So is it visible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Now, before we start the class, there are certain objectives to be fulfilled. Like, what are the learning objectives for the today's class? Although it is an overall presentation, but for us today, it is the development of face, development of nose, and the associated anomalies related to the development of face as well as nose. Now, when we talk about the development, we have to recall our previous knowledge of general embryology, and that was, you see, this is developing brain and this is developing pericardium. In between the two, there is region of the neck that has got stomodium and is separated from the foregut by a membrane that is closed initially and is known as buccopharyngeal membrane. Bucco is mouth and pharyngeal is pharynx. So it is buccopharyngeal membrane. So it is separating the exterior from the oral cavity. When this dissolves, mouth is open to the exterior. Right? Now in this region, the pharyngeal arches develop. See, this portion is responsible for the pharyngeal arches. Pharyngeal is in the region of pharynx. That is why it has been named so. Now we are basically concerned with this developing forebrain. Originally it is like this. But a mesenchymal projection develops in the form of hook, and this hook-like projection has been named as frontonasal process. This hook-like projection overhanging the stomodium. So this is frontonasal process. Now here it is written as process, whereas I have in the text mentioned it as prominence. So process and prominence are the same thing, but it is just the difference that some books have mentioned or some authors have mentioned it as process, like in the Beersing's embryology, it is frontonasal process, whereas in Langman's it is frontonasal prominence. Now we are concerned with this frontonasal prominence only. So this is the side view of the developing embryo and this is the front view. Now this front view is very important so as to make you understand how the developmental phase is taking place. See, this frontonasal prominence develops, and on either side of the stomodeme, there are two red colored structures. They are known as maxillary prominences or the maxillary processes, and caudally it is the mandibular prominence from the mandibular arch. So face actually is derived from 5 facial prominences. Unpaired structure is the frontonasal prominence, and the 2 paired structures are maxillary prominences as well as the mandibular prominences. Is it clear up till now? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have got any confusion, you can ask me. Right? So this is at the end of the 4th week. And this is electron microscopic view where you can visualize the developing embryo having the frontonasal prominence as this one. See my pointer. It is indicating the frontonasal prominence. Then either sides, these 2 are the maxillary prominences and this one caudalmost is the mandibular prominences. So they are paired structures, whereas the unpaired is the only frontonasal prominence. Now in this frontonasal prominence, nasal placodes develop. See? I'll show you in the next picture. Here you can make out the nasal placodes. See, from the surface ectoderm, the nasal placodes appear in the frontonasal prominence and they undergo invagination to form the nasal pits. So these are the pits actually, whereas in the initial one, you can see a depression. This is the nasal placode. Okay. Now when this pit is formed, it is like when we dig a hole in the ground, we want to plant a tree, we dig a hole in the ground and we pile up the soil around that hole. So similar feature appears here that the nasal pit, when it is formed, the ridge of tissue is elevated on both the sides. Now this ridge of tissue is divided into 2 parts. This is medial nasal prominence and this one is lateral nasal prominence. So medial nasal prominence and the lateral nasal prominence, they both develop from the frontonasal prominence. Again, they are paired. See, the yellow one is the medial nasal prominence, whereas the blue one is the lateral nasal prominence. Here this is again the nasal placode forming the nasal pit and the medial nasal prominence, whereas lateral nasal prominence, maxillary and the mandibular prominences. Now the medial nasal prominences, they actually enlarge and fuse with each other. At the same time, the maxillary prominences also grow in size and compress the medial nasal prominences. See, this is the medial nasal prominence. It grows in size and fuses with each other. But this fusion of the medial nasal prominences as well as the maxillary with the medial nasal prominences is very important because this is the point that gives rise to anomalies when there is abnormal fusion or non-fusion. That means there will be formation of what? Anyone?
Cleft.
There is formation of cleft, right? So it could be cleft lip or it could be, yes, anyone?
Palate.
cleft palate, or it could be both altogether. So this here you can see, this is the medial nasal prominence fused with each other, and the maxillary prominences are growing in the midline, compressing the medial nasal prominence, right? And finally, the cleft between the maxillary and the medial nasal prominences is lost and they fuse together. Someone is there in the waiting. I'm just okay. So now here it is that the maxillary and the medial nasal prominences have fused together. Now these medial nasal prominences, as you can see from the diagram, or you can see the picture here, the medial nasal prominences are yellow in color. They enlarge in size, grow and fuse with each other, and with the maxillary prominences as well. Now this medial nasal prominence is giving rise to the central portion of the upper lip. So in the next picture, there is development of the upper lip. Now this upper lip, this is the maxillary prominence. Okay. And here you can see it is forming the middle portion of the upper lip that is given the name of philtrum. This depression in the upper lip, for girls it is rather important because it gives shapes to the upper lip so that it becomes quite attractive. So philtrum is like formed from the medial nasal prominence, and the rest of the upper lip, that is the sides, these two sides of the upper lip, they are formed by the maxillary prominences which come together and fuse with the medial nasal prominence so as to form the upper lip as a whole. Is it clear? Please respond so that I'm able to know whether you are understanding the things or not.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the lateral nasal prominences, we haven't yet talked about the lateral nasal prominences. These are the lateral nasal prominences which have not yet helped in the formation of upper lip. Okay. So there has to be certain role of lateral nasal prominence, and this role is in the formation of cheeks and maxillae. Now, maxillary prominences and lateral nasal prominences, they have a deep groove in between them. That deep groove is known as nasolacrimal groove. Now, as you can make out from the name, nasolacrimal, that means it has to be connected with the lacrimal sac above in the eye and the nasal cavity, that is the lateral wall of nose. Now this nasolacrimal groove converts into a solid cord. That solid cord actually undergoes cell deaths, and these cell deaths, they form small cavities which fuse with one another to form a larger cavity. And that cavity is basically known as nasolacrimal duct. Now this nasolacrimal duct, as you can see here, nasolacrimal duct, its upper end is widening to form the lacrimal sac, and it is inferiorly opening into the inferior meatus of nose. Have you gone through the eyelid, nasolacrimal apparatus and lateral wall of nose in the head and neck?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you must be aware of why this lacrimal sac is there and it is opening into the inferior meatus of nose. What is the connection basically? Can anyone explain?
Mesolechymal duct, chimal secretions run to the inferior meatus.
Secretions from the eye, they go to the
Inferior
inferior
nasal
meatus of
cavity.
nose, because this of nasolacrimal duct is there. It's the connection between the eye and the nose. That is why when we cry, there is running of nose also. Okay? Is it clear? Hello? Okay. So the maxillary prominences, they enlarge to form the cheeks and maxilla. Now the lower lip, you can make out that the lower lip is formed from the mandibular prominences. When they fuse together, come in the midline, they form the lower lip. As you can see in the previous slide, the mandibular prominences, they merge across the midline and form the lower lip. See, this one pink structure is the mandibular prominence or the mandibular process, and the lower lip is formed like that. Now this nasolacrimal duct is also very important. If it remains solid, there will be no communication between the lacrimal sac, that is between the eye and the nose, and when you cry, no tears or no running nose is there because the nasolacrimal duct is blocked. So there is a small minor operation in the newborns that is done to open the nasolacrimal duct. Now when we talk about the nose, by now you must have understood the 5 facial prominences. These 5 facial prominences are giving rise to the medial nasal prominence, paired structure, again lateral nasal prominence, that is also a paired one, and they are giving rise to the structures helping in the formation of nose. Now you see, this is the bridge of nose, this area. This is the bridge of nose. This bridge of nose is formed from the frontonasal prominence. Okay? And the medial nasal prominences, they merge together in the midline, they form the philtrum of the upper lip. Lower down and upper, at the upper end, they form the bridge and the crest and the tip of nose. So this is from the medial nasal prominences. Now, one very important thing is the lateral nasal prominence. It also plays certain role in the development of nose, and that role is when the ala of nose, these are the ala of nose. Plural is ala. So ala of nose or ala of nose are formed with the lateral nasal prominences, right? Video is on. Don't come. Now, structures contributing to the formation of face they are enumerated in the table, and here it is the frontonasal prominence. Unpaired structure forms the forehead, bridge of nose, and the 2 pairs of prominences, that is medial and the lateral nasal prominences. Again, the maxillary prominences are 2 in number. They merge with the lateral nasal prominence, form the cheeks and maxillae, and the upper lip lateral part on both the sides is formed by the maxillary prominences. Now, 2 medial nasal prominences, they arise from the lower border. They merge, and when we'll discuss about this intermaxillary segment, that will be in the palate. But here we are concerned with the philtrum of the upper lip, crest and the tip of nose, and the lateral nasal prominences giving rise to the ala of nose. Here is a diagrammatic representation. What all structures are formed from the frontonasal, maxillary, medial nasal, lateral nasal, and the mandibular prominences. I hope that is clear up till now. There's just one. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you a question that is just a 1-minute question. You can answer it in a sentence or in a word. So that is part of the interactive session. What is the most striking part that you have learned up till now in this class? Or what you have understood in this lecture up till now? You can type in the chat box if you are not comfortable with your speaking. Then you can always type and send your answers. But I want answers from you all. Come on, I'm waiting.
Medial nasal prominence give rise to the philtrum of the upper lip, whereas the maxillary process form the lateral part of the upper lip.
Okay, fine. That's from Faiza Alam. Anyone else? See, all of you have to answer. Either you can answer in just one word or in one sentence. That makes the class interesting, you know. If I'm just speaking and no one is answering, what is the use of taking the class? Shruti. Yes, Shruti. Nabila. Mandibular prominence does not give rise to the cheek. It is the maxillary prominence that gives rise to the cheek. At least you can see the picture over the screen also. It is already sharing. Lateral nasal prominence does not participate in the formation of upper lip. Very good. Then, very good, Saman Altaf. Who's next?
And
Please
we study
answer.
and we study the different types of prominence like frontonasal prominence, maxillary prominence, and mandibular prominence. And frontonasal prominence is give rise to medial prominence and one pair lateral prominence. And medial prominence later fuse and forms the central portion of the upper lip. And the
What is the
lateral
name given to
prominence,
that?
yes ma'am,
What is the name
philtrum,
given to that?
philtrum,
Okay, very
philtrum.
good. Very
Ma'am,
good.
and lateral prominence is fused with the maxillary nasal prominence, and ma'am, um, ma'am, we study also the nasolacrimal groove, and
Yes.
it later form the solid cord, and actually the cell death, and form the small cavity which are fused later and form the nasal lacrimal duct, from which we the connection between the ears and the inferior
No,
meatus and
connection between the eye and the inferior meatus,
sorry
of course.
sorry
Yeah, okay,
eye
it's
and
okay.
inferior meatus, and from which the if we cry, then the eye then the tears come from the eye
There
into the
are
inferior meatus.
secretions from the nose because
Yes ma'am.
the connection is there between the eye and the nose. Yes,
Yes
very
ma'am.
good. Thank you. Who is next? How many of you are in the class right now? Participants. Not many I can find. Just 15 participants, including me. 14 of you are there. Where are the other one? Remaining class. Aren't they attending regularly or not present in my class? Hello, Faiza?
Yes, ma'am.
Aren't they coming regularly or just absent in my class?
Ma'am, they aren't coming regular.
They're not coming.
No, ma'am. Ma'am, mostly 20 to 25 students attend the class.
Okay. So are they going to drop? I mean, they're going to prepare for the next entrance or they're just not attending the classes?
Ma'am, they are preparing.
Yes, Kortulan, I got your answer. That's very right. Okay, anyone else? Anshika. Anything you want to add?
Median nasal prominence give rise to the upper lip.
Not whole of the upper lip, it is just the middle portion or the central portion of upper lip.
Yes, central portion of the upper lip.
Yes, and part of nose also. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
then who is there? Yusuf, Anas, Zia, Mariam Zubair.
Yes, ma'am.
What are your
Ma'am.
yeah, Anas?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
मैम अभी बोला था
अभी बोला था आपने? अच्छा, okay. Who else is left? Okay, that was about which point or what things you understood in the class. Now tell me, what did you not understand in this class? What is not clear to you in this lecture up till now? Or what is the muddiest point of this lecture? Anyone? Feel free to speak. If you are not able to understand the things, I'll repeat the things again. But feel free to ask.
मैम cleft
Cleft. We haven't actually talked about the cleft. I'll talk about the palate in the next class. So if you are not able to understand the cleft, I haven't yet talked about it. We'll discuss in the next class only. Okay. So if development of face and development of nose is not clear to you, then you can ask me.
Ma'am, I didn't get why my answer is wrong.
Which answer?
Ma'am, I gave the answer that mandibular prominence give rise to cheek, but majority of the cheek is formed by which prominence?
Majority of the cheek is formed by the maxillary prominence. Cheeks and maxillae both are formed by the maxillary prominences. It is cheek is this portion only. The lower portion, that is the lower jaw, is the mandibular part. So mandibular part is forming the lower jaw. It's the jaw that is formed by the mandibular prominence as well as the lower lip. The cheeks and maxillae, they are giving rise, they are formed by the maxillary prominences, because this whole is the maxillary prominence. Okay.
Ma'am, in the table of the summary, it is given that majority of the cheek is formed by mandibular prominence in the previous slide.
Most of cheek it is written, but maybe it is not exactly the same. Most of the cheek is formed by the maxillary prominence. Mandibular prominences, they form the lower lip and the lower jaw. Okay.
Okay.
It is rest of the portion of the cheek that is formed by, that is this lower portion is formed by the mandibular prominence, but majority of the portion of this cheek is formed by the maxillary prominences only. Maybe this slide I have taken from somewhere, it's not exactly the scene. You can edit this portion, that most of the cheek is not formed by the mandibular prominence. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Anything else?
मैम nasal placoid के बारे में nasal placoid
Nasal placoid नहीं समझ आया. Okay, I'll go back to the diagram. See, this portion, frontonasal prominence में दोनों तरफ, like this is the frontonasal prominence, developing जो embryo है उसमें frontonasal prominence है, उसमें दो depressions appear हो जाते हैं. ठीक है, वो उसको हम placoid का नाम देते हैं. और वो placoid में further एक पिट जैसा स्ट्रक्चर बन जाता है. पिट मतलब उसमें एक गड्ढा हो जाता है. वो गड्ढे में जो है दो साइड में रिज अपीयर हो जाती है. एक टिश्यू जो है वो सराउंडिंग उसके आ जाता है. वो जो सराउंडिंग टिश्यू है उसमें पार्टीशनिंग हो जाती है. एक मीडियल सरफेस होती है और एक लेटरल पार्ट होता है. मीडियल पार्ट जो है उसको हम मीडियल नेजल प्रोमिनेंस बोलते हैं और लेटरल को हम लेटरल नेजल प्रोमिनेंस बोलते हैं. क्योंकि ये पेयर्ड स्ट्रक्चर है नेजल प्लेकोड, तो दो मीडियल नेजल प्रोमिनेंसेस होती हैं और दो लेटरल नेजल प्रोमिनेंसेस होती हैं, एज यू कैन सी इन द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। ठीक है, प्लेकोर्ड जो था उसमें एक गड्ढा हो गया, उसको हम नेजल पिट का नाम दे देते हैं। नेजल पिट जब बन गई तो दो एलिवेशंस दोनों साइड में हो गए, मतलब एक पूरे सराउंडिंग एलिवेशन होता है, लेकिन वो सराउंडिंग एलिवेशन जो है वो हम डिवाइड कर लेते हैं अपनी कन्वीनियंस के लिए, क्योंकि उससे अलग अलग स्ट्रक्चर्स फॉर्म होते हैं। तो हम मीडियल वाले को मीडियल नेजल प्रोमिनेंस का नाम दे देते हैं और लेटरल वाले को लेटरल नेजल प्रोमिनेंस का नाम दे देते हैं। ठीक है,
yes ma'am,
मतलब ये प्लेकोर्ड्स अब आपको क्लियर हुआ। प्लेकोर्ड्स जो है बेसिकली थिकनिंग्स होती
yes
हैं।
ma'am,
ठीक है, एज यू कैन सी हियर इट इज रिटन लोकल थिकनिंग्स ऑफ द सरफेस ectoderm। ठीक है, एनीथिंग एल्स?
Somehow the dorsum of the nose is formed. I didn't understand.
dorsum of the nose, I'll show you the diagram. See, here these are the external layers, openings जो आपको दिख रही हैं, जो लेटरल नेजल प्रोमिनेंस और मीडियल नेजल प्रोमिनेंस के बीच में जो पिट होती है, दैट इज द एक्सटर्नल लेयर्स। मतलब जो बाहर की तरफ जो हमें ओपनिंग्स तो दिखाई दे रही हैं, दीज आर एक्सटर्नल लेयर्स। ठीक है, और इसके साइड में जो है ये एला ऑफ नोज जो है ये लेटरल नेजल प्रोमिनेंस से बना, और डॉर्सम जो है वो मीडियल नेजल प्रोमिनेंस से बनी। देखिए ये येलो स्ट्रक्चर जो है ये क्रेस्ट और टिप बना रहा है, मतलब ये है क्रेस्ट और टिप बना रहा है, और जो एला है वो लेटरल नेजल प्रोमिनेंस से बन गया। क्लियर?
Yes,
Is it clear?
ma'am. But is there any role of frontonasal process in the formation of dorsum?
फ्रंटोनेजल प्रोमिनेंस से जो है ये ब्रिज बनता है। देखिए दिस द गैप बिटवीन द टू आईज, this is the bridge of nose, so this is formed from the frontonasal prominence। ठीक है,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, any more questions? Now can we have a video so that it is clear to you now? Okay, I'll share is it visible? Hello?
no ma'am, not
No,
visible, ma'am, it is not opening,
video is not sharing.
ma'am, not, oh,
Okay, okay, wait. वेरी बेटा मैं सुन चाहिए चोट लग गई कि बेटा बेटा I can't just wait not able to share it here somehow this video is not sharing wait a minute I'll show you the YouTube video directly is it visible now
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It is visible.
hello
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
are you
it
able to
is.
see the YouTube video
Yes, ma'am. But not voice.
those who are viewing from the mobile may not be able to see but those who have logged in from the desktops or laptops they can easily view it any one of you is able to view it or not
Ma'am, video is visible, but
Voice is breaking. I'm not able to get it. Can you please type
it's
it?
not audible.
It's not audible. There's nothing audible in it. It is just the visualization that you can see. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay, then watch it again. I'll start. See, different colors are shown to make out how the frontonasal, maxillary, and the mandibular prominences are formed. So this darker portion is from the medial nasal prominence and the frontonasal. Is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
There's another video. This is about general embryology. I'll show you all these videos later on. Once we complete, we'll revise the general embryology portion along with the videos and the models. Okay. So it's time for the attendance. Tell me the names or roll numbers rather if you are here in the class. Rumaisa? Absent? Ayushi? Imran? Ayush Sharma? Yusuf? Mohammad
Present,
Yusuf?
ma'am. Present.
Ramsha? Mariam Zubair is present.
Present, ma'am.
Nabila is present. Kanishtha. Kanishtha is absent. Faiza is present.
Present, ma'am.
Nurian. Nancy Warshne. Wahib Ijaz. Ufran Hashmi. Azam is present.
Yes, ma'am. I'm present.
Sarfaraz Ali? Absent? Mudabbir Ilahi? Muhammad Ashab? Saman Afaq? Saman Altaf?
Present, ma'am.
Dilkhush? Prerna? Sonal?
Yes, ma'am.
Present?
Yes, ma'am.
Shahrukh? Rahat? Anas Zia?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Muhammad Sadiq? Rashik Anjum? Rasikh Anjum? Zishan? Tuba? Sufi Alam? Shruti Gupta is present. Pankaj?
Ma'am.
Sana Nasreen?
Present, ma'am.
Rutik Sharma?
Present, ma'am.
Amir Raza? Aditi Washne?
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Mudit Sharma? Mudita? Present? Kurtulan is present. Zainab Rauf? Then 2K19 batch. Fuzail Ghani? Harish Malik? Huzaifa Nadeem? Nusrat Ali?
Ma'am.
Nusrat?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you present? I'm not able to get you.
Yes, ma'am. I'm present.
Anshika Singh?
Ma'am.
There are certain models I have shared there from the Museum of the Anatomy Department, and I've shared them in the Google Classroom. You can go through them, and I'll just share the feedback forms link so that you can fill it either now or by tomorrow morning 10 a.m. I'll just share the link. I'm sharing it in that BDS class WhatsApp group. I've shared one link there and another I'm sharing. Okay, so fill the form and I'll get your responses. It is unnamed. Okay, so you don't have to share your identity over there. I hope you can do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Hmm.
So now you can all leave. Thank you for the class.
Thank you, ma'am.
But do fill it. It is mandatory for all of you. I mean, that will help me to improve my teaching, whatever feedback you give, so that I improvise upon my teaching in my next classes. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, thanks.